When everything seems to be going against you, always remember the airplane takes off against the wind and not with it. This quote is by the very famous Henry Ford. We all love a rags to riches story. I know I personally love a rags to riches story. It makes you dream and inspires you and gives you hope for a better tomorrow. But the whole journey of trying and failing and trying again till you succeed can be really challenging. Today we have Yasmin, who's going to share her family story to success. Yasmin is a prolific baker, if not the best in the city. She's a mom to four, and I can easily say that she's made it in life in many ways. So let's hear Yasmin's inspiring story. Thank you so much, Yasmin, for coming on the other side. I know you mentioned that growing up it was rough and your parents really struggled to make ends meet. Can you share something more about it?
My parents, they both grew up in El Paso and Juarez, Mexico, and they grew up in poverty, like extreme poverty, not just what you would think is poverty, but to the point to where they didn't really have a whole lot on, as far as food goes. There'd be times where they would just eat beans and rice and tortillas, and they would have to, ration showers. They've lived in a two-bedroom home, or two-room home, I guess I should say, where they had multiple people all living together because nobody could afford to live on their own. So they would all live together in this two-room apartment or house or townhome, whatever you would call it there. And everybody would have to, put a pallet on the floor and sleep together. And they even had an outhouse. It wasn't even a full functioning bathroom. So they grew up poor, very poor. And but the thing is that they always maintained a good attitude. I think that's what kind of makes the big difference between them and others, is people that tend to grow up in that type of environment can have a very negative outlook on life, and they always grew up happy because they had each other, and they focused on the fact that they had their family and that they were healthy and happy. And they would get together at the end of the day and they would all sing songs and play the guitar, eat whatever food was available, and just try to have a good life as much as they possibly could.
Your family has gone through a lot of rough times, but we know it didn't end that way. So when was the turning point for your family?
It was really right when my dad started Ensicon. That was the one business that really took off for him. After multiple failed attempts of trying to start a business, this one actually worked, and it just took off, and he started making good money, and we were able to go out and actually do things. We were able to go to dinner. We had an allowance. My mom didn't have to work anymore, so she could stay home with us. It just got easier. Things just got a lot easier for us.
How did life change for you?
So when we were growing up, my parents didn't make a lot of money. We didn't have access to a lot of extracurricular activities. We didn't have a lot of the things that our kids get to enjoy now. My brother and I pretty much had to, make our own dinner. We would have to walk home from school by ourselves. I know whenever we were a lot younger, we only had one car. One of them was a truck, and I would have to sit in the bed, the floorboard of the truck, because there wasn't enough room for all of us to sit in there. There was another car that had no AC, and it was just, things like that you remember as a kid. I'm sure that it was worse for my parents, but for us, that's what I remember. And then whenever we moved here and my dad had that other company, he started making more money and things just got easier. We didn't have a whole lot to worry about. My parents started offering us to be able to go and do things. We could go shopping. We had allowance. Never worried about having to pay a bill, anything like that. And I just noticed them, not being so stressed out all the time.
I'm sure this whole experience has impacted you in many ways. How has it inspired you on your journey?
I'm who I am because of all of that. Especially with the way that my parents taught us. You work hard for the things that you want, and nothing's handed to you. You've got to go out and get it. And being a woman, being Latina, being minority, all of those things are against me, and so I've had to work really hard and to get past all of that. Even now, I'll still have people try to take advantage of me just because I feel like it's just because I am a woman, because I am Hispanic, and they think that they can get away with that, and I'm like, nope, not gonna happen. So I've just learned to be strong-willed, strong-minded, independent, take life by the horns and go. I don't expect anybody to do anything for me. Just work hard and you get what you want.
Now that you're a mom of 4 and they're growing up with privileges you never had growing up, but what would you like to teach them and imbibe in them from your own experiences?
We try to remind them that there's people out there that are not as fortunate as us. We try not to spoil them. They don't get everything that they want, even though they probably could get everything that they want. We make them earn the things that they do ask for. They have to be, especially with the older girls, they have to help out a lot around the house. They're always asking us, why can't we just get a maid? No, you need to learn how to do these things. These are things that you need to know to be an adult and to be successful. And also, teaching them manners, teaching them how to be respectful, making sure that they're working hard at school and that they're doing the best that they possibly can. There's a difference if you're struggling and you're really truly struggling, or if you're just being lazy and you just don't want to do what you need to do. And we don't tolerate anything like that. So we're trying to make sure that they know how to be a hard worker and how to, take care of themselves, that nobody else is going to do it for them. So, and then obviously, just showing them that there's people out there that aren't as fortunate as us, and reminding them of that pretty consistently, because they tend to forget. It's not right in front of them, so it's like not even in their world most of the time. So we just have to, try to teach them that people need help sometimes.
Thank you so much, Yasmin, for coming here and sharing your family's inspiring story. As I said in the beginning, I love these type of stories, and thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, of course, anytime. Thank you for having me.
Wasn't that an inspiring story? I love the way Yasmin shared her family's success story so gracefully. Don't we all want to be successful? One key takeaway could be keep trying different things till you see success, because success comes to those who never give up. Hope you like this content. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you with another interesting and inspiring video. Till then, take care. Bye.